Annabelle Comes Home starts off with the Warrens that we know from the Conjuring films take possession of the Annabelle doll, no pun intended, and bring it back to their own home for safekeeping. Now, on the car ride home, the doll is already starting to mess with them hard. And the intro of this film is basically to emphasize that the Annabelle doll is a conduit for other evil spirits and demons if they didn't know that already. When the Warrens arrive home, we already get this movie's first bad decision. You know that room where they keep hundreds of haunted artifacts that they've seized over the years that keep popping up in these Conjuring films? Well, it makes sense to keep all those artifacts in one place, away from the world where they can't hurt anyone, right? Makes perfect sense. But remember, Annabelle is a conduit for other evil spirits. The doll's only purpose is to allow bad crap into the physical realm. So why in the world would you put that doll into what is probably the room with the highest concentration of bad crap on the planet? Granted, the doll is put inside a blessed glass case or whatever that disables her abilities, but it being placed literally anywhere other than that room would have been better. But movies got a movie, I guess, because without the doll ending up in that room, there would be no movie. Because as you can imagine, without spoiling anything, things go very wrong in the Warrens' house now that Annabelle is around. So for the rest of the runtime, this movie revolves around the Warrens' daughter, the babysitter, the babysitter's friend, and the horrible night they all have inside this house as Annabelle unleashes paranormal havoc on them. Although we do learn some details about these characters, there's basically no focus on character development or any plot development for that matter. Actually, there's not really a plot at all, and there's a much larger focus on squeezing in as many scare sequences as physically possible within a nearly 2-hour runtime. And yes, the jump scare formula has not changed one bit. Character slowly walks down scary looking hallway or room. An ambience of bass builds up in the speakers, and then boom, loud sound. However, what I will give Annabelle Comes Home is that it has some pretty creative and original scare sequences that build up to the jump scares. Which is actually kind of surprising considering how many jump scares there's been in this franchise leading up to this point. I watched Chris Tuckman's review of Annabelle Comes Home, and he made a point that the increasingly oversaturated amount of one-trick pony jump scare fest horror films is bad for the genre. I love Chris Tuckman's channel, and I've enjoyed and respected his reviews for quite a while now, but I do have to disagree with him here. I think that these, I'll just call them jump scare films, becoming increasingly popular is not any more dangerous for the genre than let's say the 80s slasher boom was, for example. Yes, we ended up getting far too many slasher films and the horror genre went dry for a few years. But this is what allows the new generation of filmmakers to innovate and create a new direction for horror. I understand not being a fan of jump scare films because they can be viewed as a cheap way of getting scares, but I personally believe that the genre will always inevitably reinvent itself anyway. To go into any film of the Conjuring franchise at this point and to expect any sort of symbolism, large character arcs, themes, deeper meanings, it's just kind of silly. I see movies like Annabelle Comes Home as a type of horror that's good when I just want to turn my brain off and not think too much. The good people over at IMDb rated Annabelle Comes Home a 6.3 out of 10. While over at Rotten Tomatoes, the movie got rated just a little higher at 66% out of 100%. I myself am gonna rate the movie Annabelle Comes Home a 7 out of 10. It's nothing groundbreaking, but the performances are solid, there's just the right amount of comic relief, and there are a lot of fun scare sequences. This is definitely a movie that you can watch to have a good time with friends, or just throw on casually when you're in the mood for some straightforward horror. So guys, if you made it this far, thank you for watching my review of Annabelle Comes Home. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more horror movie related content and just movies in general. Have a good day.